Greetings. This is my Facebook live stream. There's a little sound behind, or with the mobile I use, this one. So the sound comes on live stream. So I apologize for that. But here's my case. So I'm going to replay my live stream. And it's for, I think, a little more than 30 minutes. Please listen. This is my case. It's a panic struck. There's a tug of war. Like I'm pulled. Sorry, I have to refer to someone. Someone had some help, but it was not enough. They tried to spoil my relationship with Miss Asteria Desa. Yeah, I've been disturbed since childhood. Miss Desa had finally sent a letter from a lawyer, Dr. Mr. Aziz. So, whoever I love or like, I go overboard, get all this, and they flip the minds of the other person, myself. I can see how I become stubborn, panic struck, and negativity, going into self-destruction. So you would think it is Zahra against Zahra. My mother, when she was alive, they threw us into servants. We would, all this sending in Karachi, like, Khawaz ji, he said about what Zulfikar Bhutto had done to him. And you know how he then abuses. So I remember Khawaz ji, after having abused here severely and so, how can, it's not Khawaz ji's fault, right, for abusing Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. We learned all this from the upbringing. Otherwise, the Parsis have been very decent. The Parsis I've known, going to their area, walking, it's like Jews' area. They never harass, they never interfere in other people's problems. I don't know why, what kind of, and my neighbor Farooq Ansari started to come and tell me that there's a churail there where the garbage is, in the Parsi colony area. Things were turning against me, because he had said Parsi ke kure. I learned from him. Never heard of this phrase before. I went and was just teasing Miss Tisal. We had become friends and all this. She had Parsi friends. So I got into trouble. I never even told her that it was actually Farooq, my neighbor. I learned this, he told me. Then she gave it to me that what they call so now I see. So like this, I don't know what's on us. My aunt was doing prayers for Mrs. Munira Gulzar, and later on joining St. Joseph's College. My aunt said that there is this bala who she won't be इतना सख्त किया हुआ है जादू कि प्रिंसिपल नहीं आ सकेगी तुम्हारे घर पे. The bala doesn't want, बहुत सख्त कुछ घर में है. It's in the house. So, like us abusing, we can only abuse Khawaz ji before. Life. I've seen his videos of what they did to his life. So he started to abuse. He said, using the word mother, you know, that abuse. And so we are coming in the, not only in the, forget that we are coming in the, our reputations, but here the sheikhs and all, and they are going to punish us, my brothers, me, we. If they can't do it directly, they will do it indirectly by showing me that Safdar's younger brother, like is a sheikh and all this. And through some people over, like I get all these kacharas. And so they spoiled so cleverly my relationship with Mr. Sa. No, in the beginning, Olympics, my father told me that Mr. Sa, now look at this, this is just one example, that Miss Tissa looked at us from the corner of her eye. She was walking in front of us, but she never said hi. Later on, always like I'm looking at Miss Tissa from the corner of my eye in one auditorium once. After the auditorium, after whatever we were watching in the auditorium, Miss Tissa had also come. You saw me from the corner of your eye, and you're seeing me from the corner, like this is not good. And so it's like I have done some crime here. You see, it came on me. My father had said, see, Miss Dissa, at the Olympics, our first Olympics, my first Olympics in Karachi American School, my father had come and told me, Miss Dissa, like she saw us, but she never said hi. Now, problem arose, always like I had this emotional heartbeats fast, and doing funny things, like in the morning if there's a chance, if I get a chance to see Miss Tissa, I wouldn't say hi to her, I would act funny, and then Miss Tissa would say, don't say hi, say good morning also, and on that, and also that you saw me. It was like crazy. I was acting crazy. And Miss Tissa had to reprimand me and correct me and say, you saw me. It was always like that, you saw me, but you then turned your face away. I mean, from a distance, I saw you, or you could have come, why did you at least like wave or, like, hello, Miss Tissa, good morning. All the time we started to have this problem in Karachi American School until I was there 6 years. I wasn't changing. Miss Tissa was, poor lady, was after me, trying to discipline me, bring out, instill the truth. So I used to admire her for that. She used to go out of her way, like, who has the time to go out of their way? She really cared. She came to my place. Even then she would. So we became good family friends. But just this one time at the Olympics, the curse came on me. Then my father was out of this. Then, I don't know, funny, that I was acting funny with Miss Tissa and the blame came on me. Miss Tissa herself once, because of my behavior, I started to look at her through the corner of my eyes. I remember exact words of Miss Tissa that my father had said in the Olympics about Miss Tissa. Person flips, and we're being punished for the effects. and don't say bad words. So, Miss Desa had Parsi friends, although I did not stick my tongue out. And that also the Parsis went against me. That this girl is a spoil. One day she comes and says, my friends are saying that you are a spoiled brat, new one, freak, before a freaky person, like a freak, acting like a freak with Mr. Shah. So I know what happened in my childhood. I know what. Sorry, I just had to pause here. It stopped somehow. So, continuing with this live stream on Facebook. What happened to my mother? I know how they made her go wild, emotionally wild. I know, but the others don't know this. Very, very strange. Now, so I come here and I start to really say, oh, I sent abusive text messages to my father. After that, I come here and abuse the beloved of mine for whom I fought against Marion Williamson for abusing Miss Desa. I gave it back to her in Karachi American School. So my aunt told me this, someone, you Zabardast Bala hai, can't fight it. Zabardast hai. Idhar bhi mujhe, the way they've done it, I can't help it, please. They spoiled my relationship as a heart-wrenching. I cannot tell you, I had to keep my heart so not me, I should take responsibility, right? But what if the person is under duress? So, my hair, it was like my hair was being pulled. Not only my hair, but the nerves of my head, my whole body now. Feeling like someone is kissing me inside, with the man's beard and, crawling under my skin and seducing me, my breasts. I can't control it. My private part, I feel the dick of a man sitting here. You know what I mean? And so I had to, on all this and the covert narcissists against. So I felt like they tried to trap me using American, the rage, the malignment. The person who is the covert narcissist is going to malign you. So, this is, and principles also behavior changing. Cold. I told myself, Mr. Sa turned cold. She would not listen to my begging. Please, Mr. Sa, see me. Then one day, many years later, I saw her. I saw her at, so it's really, really bad. No, I saw her at Mrs. Munira Gulzar's second son's wedding. My father said she's become senile. She has. I said, hi, Mr. Sa, hello, Mr. Sa, and to her sister. She didn't say, my father could say that because, he used to be called to their house. So I apologize very greatly. my mother, so my father started to say that Ghulam Hussein's family, my grandfather, my aunt was telling me, अच्छा वो prostitution में जब बदमाश हो जाएं लड़कियां हमारी. So my father was really criticizing Maha's shalwar and Abir, Kaur's daughter's shalwar. Why are they so up like this? And all this, right? So I was like, now Maha, she's lost her mother. And so they don't see that at all, right? Even the Arabs here, I don't know how far, like they're not going to see. My father does not say Ben Chod on the phone. Only one, Ben Chod, Giripio. So I had to go and give him the mobile, which had many, you know, so very, very, very well numbers. Planned here. So I would lose the numbers of Saima Pir. Yeah, so I had this mobile with the old contact numbers and everything. So continuing. And you know what I mean? Very, very well planned. Oh, okay, so his phone, he was talking to me, his phone did not fall. It was a setup. He didn't need my phone. He could simply go and buy. He could get, Majid Al family, his brother or he could get a gift. So he could go. He was living near Burjuman. 300 dirhams phone. Mine was like 300 dirhams. No, it was about I later on. So very, very clever, like I will respond. He could get a phone from his brothers. But why it had to be me, I know. It's very well planned. They know how I will react. What's the next? That's very, very well planned. What's the next move I will take? Wise wisdom of everything is going the way they wish to go with me. So please follow the UAE sheikhs on how to progress. Because India and Radharani was a liar. You're dishonest. हमारी क्या कीमत है? Yeah, so another incident here in Dubai lately which showed me that the Hindus are dishonest and after money. तो हमारी कोई value नहीं है इधर. No value if you don't know. If you know English and if you have a British or Lebanon. Okay, so खुदा इनको like whatever they want to do against me, take my case up and whatever. Want to send me kachras, mud, and whatever they want to do, they will do. There's no stopping it. May I have patience? I just wish I had the patience and taken all their, like Imam Hussein. But Imam Hussein did have a sword. He did fight against the army of Yazid. Only Hazrat Abbas we were told, did not. So this has been happening since year 2000. lost my grace again, God's grace on me, which was given to me when in 1990, end of 1989. Anyway, so continuing my live stream. अच्छा इधर बैठे हैं ऐसे ना, feeling the hot warm on my skin, under my skin. My breasts are being violated, molested. अच्छा वो टाइट कर देते हैं ब्रेस्ट को, फिर कोई चूम रहा है, and so it's very very, please. And then they send a man, on a Pakistani man. Yeah? This guy, apostate prophet, right? Their installed guy on, their installed guy on YouTube gets like Khalil Andani, right? मेरी क्या हालत है, and keep safe, and this, and I get all the kachuras, right? Men coming. So please, my breasts, and they tighten it, and then kuch cheez sur rahi hai, crawling under my skin. Either side pe aise kiss kar raha hai. Because I give that hadith of Dr. David Wood. I really can't believe that a man. This really happened. I shared that video of David Wood that this man started to against Prophet Muhammad. But it started that this crawling, and they start to smooching. You're on my side. The naked man, the kissing. That's also happened. After 2-3 days, it happened. So they're getting me like this. They've got me, please. I can't control this. In my breast and here in the middle. And if I don't take the pillow and, hold it, and make a cross, but it doesn't help. Sometimes when they want to attack me, molest me, kissing under my skin, crawling, my private parts, they've got my private parts. Now you will see this is a public, I have to come out with it. Because then, they're trying to trap me in every way. And if I then abuse, they'll say she's abusive. She's the one. You see? And then while sleeping also this time, I could hear a man's voice. When I awaken during my sleep, kya hai? Batao hame, tell us, what is it? All the time, this has been going on. And I don't realize that, Baba, it's not going to end. No, kya hai? Batao hame. So, like my brother going, if someone, like my father said, I'm going to Lahore. So I thought maybe he's trying to solve my case, go after my enemy in Lahore. No, nothing like that. Or someone going to London, and oh my God, Allah, I hope they investigate about Yusuf Saidi. No, it's going to happen. Like, your brother has gone. No, they had gone for their vacations and all this, and I'm thinking my case is being solved here. Many years back. So, I got the worst of it. Even my aunt, who was praying for us to protect us, but she was such a believer that she used to tell me that kufr nahi karo, don't be in despair. She said when she had this spiritual person helping her, she said it felt like we are in the middle of the sea, and I'm telling him, Sahin,
there's no God. So after having told me never to despair and never to say such a thing, it's kufr, she was telling Sai, sitting at the Janamas prayer mat, on the prayer mat, and the spiritual person was helping him. He's from among jinn. She told me he's a pure jinn, and all this. My youngest son, not this one who the jinns pop in and pop out, and the other one. So, because she's going to get it in Karachi. She told me, I don't want to, locked, I can't give you the ID. I can't give you the name of the person who is doing this to us. I'm trying my best. So one day, she felt like she was in the sea, like a sign would show her things. And they're praying like they're on the sea. And she's saying, Sai, I feel there's no God. Who's going to help my sister and my family? Like that. She was really, there's no God. She's telling Sai with a spiritual entity, jinn, helping her, pure jinn. She's telling Sai now, I feel there's no God. Who's going to help my nieces? Muqaddas, huh? So they got married, thank God. Maha and Abir got married because she was telling me that all her sisters, daughters that we are, the woman, the man which wants us to become badmash, in many, many things like we act. Since childhood, they put it on me, like, agar ho sake to, not proper in education. So recently when they tightened my breast all of a sudden, and I'm talking here on some video I was making. I was so, like, pissing coming under my skin, here in the middle, going up a little, on the chest. This is like X-rated, I'm telling you. Right, whoever is doing that, then they'll put it on me that I'm maligning people from my family. And my grandfather and Ali Sajwani and all these people, my father, Ali Sajwani's wife is from Dawood Ibrahim, friends.
India.
And also from Dubai. This channel, Indian channel was saying that Dubai says a crime start hote hain. Like the crimes, even Pakistanis who want to do, they can just make a phone call. Or they can, they don't over the phone, they discuss it in Dubai and from this Freeport and I don't know how. But the crimes can happen from Dubai. They're decided, Pakistanis and Indians, corruption and deception.
Planning happens from Dubai.
So, excuse me. My back. And so very painful. And I don't know. Yeah, so please, from childhood, it has been on us. My aunt later on, much later, it was too late for her. Allah, Afsar auntie told my mother, the jadoo on you is very, very old. I can't. I can't break it. With prayers, please, and things like, Hifze Jawad. They have Iranis, and we get it from Iran, the true one. Hifze Jawad was on me in this kind of a metal necklace. I had to wear Hifz Jawad, with all these prayers and all since Karachi. Still crawling feeling and warm, like some tightening of my breath, touching, kissing, felt beard of a man, like beard or, no, mustache. What am I saying, beard?
Lips.
Lips of a man, on my skin.
And
Feeling that now and again. Hifz Jawad. That's like the protection from Imam Muhammad Jawad, Imam Raza's son. The only son Imam, we are told, Imam Raza. And other du'as like you keep for the little, with saffron, Surah Yasin for the children, kids.
Written on a cloth.
So that's why I started to abuse here, my mind, and they had drugged me, or I felt that the supari was, then I exchanged it.
Stomach is cold inside. Yeah,
supari was medicated, it's karwasa. And when they do that, they even make it worse. Like it backfires on me, it doesn't work. The psychiatric medication, it aggravates to some fold, manifold. So this way they're torturing me. Okay, at least here for some time, the breast molestation stops. In Karachi, when I was resting, especially on bed, when I now get up, so you're going to say that 24 hours walk? The moment I come and sit on bed and want to rest, voices to increase in force. So I had to put all the electricity off to check. I did some distance mind research. What cardboard, what thing? Some lady told me that I've put stones on my... Some lady was a target of this distance mind control. On some place where Facebook started, or some email. I don't know where I found her. So she was telling me, a foreigner, that you go on the roof and with your parents, like, tell them to hold one finger, like, and pray with you. Like, take the time to sit there in your room. Not like come outside and, like my father told me, that come inside and pray on your body. My mother did that when she wasn't even feeling well. She put her hands around all my body and praying on me. My aunt got her in Karachi when they were alive. When I was telling her I couldn't take it anymore. I didn't know she had cancer. So this kind of, and watching, that's another thing. Going to the bathroom, and then my uncle here telling me that I know what your ghusl. And ghusl, you know what ghusl is? So privately they say these things and they expect us to, like now I've come out since many years now, 20, 40, maybe it's going to be 40 years, I won't get one. Trust. So I was thinking, a friend of mine said, trust in God. Now which God shall I trust in? After all, even my aunt who told me that. I said, oh my God, where is God? He says, no. देर है, अंधेर नहीं है. Like we say this. No, don't say this. Kufar hai, kufar. She started with her jinn, saying that, where, Sai, you are helping me, but my niece, help my sister. They're sending her, doing dirty things, sending her to the servant to be raped. She told me when I was in London, बहुत sex होता है, like feeling of, like you want to sleep with someone. I was like, masturbate. Because she told me that at least I know that I'm married. So she had her husband, Asghar uncle, Asghar Bhai, right? And she said, I can't save. Like her sister gone because her sister's husband is married to another. So her sister has to sleep with servants. When I was in London, in the house, my father got this done, that my mother should sleep with the servants. And when I came back, it was too late to save my mother.